How's it going, everybody? I'm back. I am not an attorney. This is not legal advice. If you want legal advice, please contact an attorney. I'm making this video for educational, if not at least entertainment purposes only. Now, I'm making this video because I found something that I was going through my motions because I got it ready for, to argue this stuff in the appellate division. So when they lie, I can catch them right there on the spot. But I was going through over my stuff, and I found that something had gone over my head, and I kind of started laughing. Now, before I get into what it was that went over my head and what I would do in court, I want to first say that I used to make a lot of mistakes, and I want to share some of them with you, so that if you guys ever go to court, you guys don't make the same mistakes, because I think that the reason why these courts don't record, or if they do, and you know what you're asking and you know what you're doing, they obviously just make them disappear, like in my cases like in Glendale. But the reason why is because they don't want people to learn and to be prepared and to know that judges and commissioners pretty much ask the same questions to everybody. They're like robots, and so they record, and then they prepare themselves, and they train just like, I guess, the way I do. And I'm making these videos, and that way you guys can see what mistakes I've made and what to look out for, pretty much in any state. And they don't like that, because then people start, becoming aware of what's going on, and they start getting informed, and so they have more questions, and they can make more motions, and it just makes it harder for the judges to basically steal money from us. Now, I used to make motions where it would be just one motion with different reasons why the case should be dismissed. For example, I would make a motion to dismiss because plaintiff lacks standing, court lacks jurisdiction, and there is no corpus delicti in a criminal case. And so when the commissioner or judge would just say denied, he would deny one motion but with 3 different reasons. So to make it more efficient, I guess, I kind of broke it down, and I made 3 motions instead of 1. I made a motion plaintiff lacks standing, motion to dismiss because there's no corpus delicti in a criminal case, and motion to dismiss because court lacks jurisdiction. Okay, so when the judge or commissioner would deny one motion, then that's it. He would have to hear the other 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, however many I have, and that way when you go to the Court of Appeals or the Appellate Division of the Superior Court, like I'm gonna do, and they start seeing that this judge or commissioner denied like 5, 6 motions, and they're all based on law, and they have points and authorities, it's gonna look really bad on their part. They're gonna say, well, you're telling me that not one motion was worth anything? So, that's just a little insight on what I've done and how I do it differently now. So as I was going over my motion to dismiss because plaintiff lacks standing, I remember that I read this little thing in California Penal Code, and it states 853.9b reads in part, whenever the written notice to appear has been prepared on a form approved by the Judicial Council, an exact and legible duplicate copy of the notice when filed with the magistrate. And I stopped right there and I said, well, wait a minute, magistrate, what the hell is a magistrate? I've only been in front of commissioners and judges. So I said, let me look it up. And sure enough, I went to Penal Code section 806 through 810. Now remember, this is only for California. Penal Code 808. The following persons are magistrates. A. The judges of the Supreme Court. Well, it doesn't apply to me. B. The judges of the Courts of Appeal. Still didn't apply to me. C. The judges of the Superior Courts. That applied to me. So now, a magistrate is a judge. And like in Glendale, I would have done it differently because I was in front of Commissioner McTaggart. And by the way, the only way you can be in front of a commissioner, at least the way I was in front of a commissioner, is they can only hear your case if you consent. I didn't consent. Actually, Commissioner McTaggart just still said, no, I can't, and no, you're not going to go anywhere, and too bad, basically. I objected for the non-record, of course, because now they're saying that there's no record, when I know there was. But anyway, if I don't consent, theoretically, they would take me somewhere else. And actually, they did do that. They sent me to that female judge. I forgot her name. But they only did so because I cross-examined one of the Glendale cops for like 40 minutes, and you know, he was sweating bullets and looking at the judge, and of course, I mean, the commissioner, Commissioner McTaggart, kept jumping up and objecting, and I was like, well, what are you, the DA? And so, I mean, you know, they kind of saw where I was going with this. And so what happened was, you know, after 40 minutes, and I was done with that one cop, I had 2 more to go. Well, actually, was it 3? I think, I don't know. And so in the end, after that one cop, they moved me down to where, you know, in front of a judge, because that's what I had demanded in the beginning. So of course, they wanted somebody more experienced, and that's the only reason why they did that anyway. But that, and because they weren't recording down there. So what happened was that I was going over my stuff, and I realized, well, wait a minute, California Penal Code 853.9 reads in part, and then of course it says filed with the magistrate, and that's a judge. So I would have made a motion to dismiss, since the notice to appear was never filed with the judge or with the magistrate, if I'm in front of a commissioner. Because now what are they going to say? Yes, it was. Well, then why am I in front of you? You know, and furthermore, for the record, you know, I moved the court to state the findings of facts and conclusions of law as to how it's filed with the magistrate when there is no signature of the magistrate, or there's nothing in evidence showing it was filed with the magistrate. You see? I mean, they can just say whatever they want, but can they prove it? It's all about evidence. It's all about facts. Can they prove that whatever they say is true? That's how you have to start looking into the evidence code. There's a lot of things that they can't prove, but anyway, I'm just making this video so you guys can learn from my mistakes and the things that I've actually been finding out, I guess, by just going over stuff and still looking at the motor vehicle code codes, I guess. And so hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and if you do, let me know, leave a comment, and if you hate it, even better.